So good morning, everyone, or good afternoon now, and I'm thrilled you're all here today. Thank you for taking the time to join us for the Career Mastery Revolution webinar. I'm James Foster, and I'm the founder of Careers Matter, where we specialize in career coaching services, CV transformation, interview preparation, and so much more. Whether you're here because you're feeling stuck in your current job, or you're looking to uncover new career opportunities, I promise today will be a game changer for you. You are going to, I'm going to show you the secrets to your ultimate career success without ever having to use the usual recruitment process again. Yeah, I want to emphasize this, never applying directly for a job again. I have the chat box open, um, so feel free to share anything in the chat. Uh, I'm looking away from it, so I may not see your chat come up. But if it's something vital to interrupt, I will do so as we go through it. Otherwise, we'll wait to the end to answer questions. So now let's dive into why we're all here. You are you stuck in your career, feeling trapped by a job market that seems rigged against you? Does the traditional recruitment process leave you frustrated and unfulfilled, as it does with most people? Get ready to rethink your career, rethink the job market, and rethink what's possible. One of these days, things will work. There we go. As I said, I'm James Foster. I'm the founder of Careers Matter. The first thing I want to say is if you are here, it's probably because you've struggled in one way or another to get the career you really want. Yeah? Well, it's not your fault, and you're not alone. There are a lot of people wanting to offer all sorts of career advice, how to write your CV, how to go about applying for jobs, etc., etc. And far too much of this advice is contradictory. So who do you listen to? What do you take notice of? I've spoken to many people who are just plain confused with it all. If you've been struggling to get the traction you need, have been applying for jobs and getting nowhere, feeling a little frustrated with everything, well, let's put those fears to rest. You just need to understand how it all works and the right person to guide you through the process. Most people rely on the active job market, applying for job after job and not getting what they really want. Well, that's because it's not there for your benefit. If you ever thought that recruiters and HR deliberately kept you in the dark and fed you as little as possible, well, that's because in so many cases, that's absolutely true. The difference now is that I will show you how to avoid all of this and take control for yourselves. So you are here because you want your dream job, right? Working for a company that you really admire and for a salary that you know you deserve. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that. In the next 30, 40 minutes or so, you're going to learn the exact strategy on how to take control of your career without ever having to apply for a job again. To truly be in control of your career, you need to be able to guarantee the outcome. That means knowing exactly how to land your perfect job at a salary that's right for you. This is exactly what Career Mastery Program is designed to help you achieve. So stick around until the end of this webinar because I'll be giving you access to everything we covered today. But remember, you'll have to be watching at the end, so stay tuned. I promise it'll be worth your time. I know there are plenty of distractions out there, but what I'm about to share could change your life. So I don't want you to miss out on a single step. So please stay focused, put down your mobiles, and give us your full attention. You might be wondering why I'm qualified to talk on this topic. Well, with 20 years' experience running a recruitment business, I know how recruitment works, and more importantly, why it so often doesn't. I've placed literally hundreds of professionals like you into roles they knew they were right for, even in cases where they had previously been passed over. I also understand the intricacies of career transition. I personally transitioned my career a number of times. I think it's probably six, I think, by now. So I know a great deal about the change and upheaval that comes with it. Additionally, as a program manager, I have built and managed my own teams, gained invaluable insight into what employers truly look for. That's why me. Now, why this program? Well, in, the recruitment industry isn't there to work for you, and it's time to learn how to get what you want without relying on it. All right, before we go any further, let's take a moment to talk about why I'm doing this and what really drives me. It's important to understand the why behind all of this, why Careers Matter exists. Now, I'm not going to apologize for this macabre image because this is exactly how I truly feel about the recruitment process today. Recruitment's lost its way. It's forgotten that this is a business dealing with real people and real lives and real career aspirations. As I just mentioned, I spent 2 decades running a recruitment business, working closely with both companies and candidates. But throughout that time, something bothered me. The recruitment process was never really about helping candidates. Even though we worked hard to find people opportunities, the truth is our focus was on making placements for the hiring company. That's where the money comes from. Let me be real with you. Sorry, our job was to market candidates, but the goal wasn't to get them the job they really wanted. It was about finding them a role where we could make a placement fee. The company was the client, and as long as we could match somebody to their requirements, we got paid. That's how it works. In many cases, the hiring company wasn't much better. They didn't care about the candidate. If it wasn't a retained assignment, meaning they were paying for a quality search, then they just wanted as many CVs as possible. They would use multiple recruiters to do this in the hope that something would stick. And the recruiters duly obliged, often pushing numerous CVs at the company and often without even asking the candidate, hoping that they would sell the opportunity to them if they got a bite. The market is flawed. Quality search is on the decline in favour of low fees and even no fees. The recruiters are desperately looking for a payday, and the companies give lip service to caring, but not much else. What about the candidate then? Well, if they didn't fit the roles we had, they were quickly put aside into the database for potential future use. But but their own career goals, their personal ambitions, they weren't really being considered. I made sure to treat people well and be empathetic, but let's face it, if they weren't right for the job, they were moved on. The goal was always a placement, not helping someone find their dream role. Over time, this didn't sit well with me, and I could see the candidates needed more. No one was really looking for their best interests, and the truth is, no one will except for the candidate themselves. That's when I knew I had to change things. It's time to flip the script. So I founded Careers Matter with one mission: to give you the tools and the knowledge and the strategies to take control of your career, to stop having to rely on a broken system and start focusing on what you really want. My goal now is to empower you to be proactive, to find the job you truly desire. That's what we're here to achieve today. Imagine, if you would, what your career and your life would be like if you knew
This is actually our template,
if
which
you
we'll
knew
go
your
into in
career
more
was
detail
moving
if
forward
you want to get.
and
But
you were
a
on a
few things
clear
that stand
path
out. So one,
to
there's
fulfillment.
clear sections, there's use of
Yes,
colour
I
coding in the
turned my
top,
phone on because I
names,
want to
very
log
big,
into something
Hold on
else
a
that I
second.
didn't want to miss out
total.
on.
And fulfillment. Imagine knowing you could get exactly the jobs you wanted to be paid the top salary you truly deserved. What would you feel like? To be in control and not having to settle for the scraps left behind by others. How would it feel if you were feasting at the top table, getting access to exactly the jobs that really interested you? Being the person landing their dream job rather than wondering how others always seem to do it, but not you. That's got to be worth your time today. It's got to be better than what you have right now. And today I'm going to open the door to the ideas that will enable you to do just that: feast at the top table and get literally hundreds more jobs than you ever really see. So, the active job market myth. Today, I'm going to open a new world of ideas that will enable you to do just that, get access to literally hundreds more jobs than you ever really know about. People often think that the only way to advance their career, uh, people often that advance their career or get a job is by applying through the active job market, but that's just not true. As a recruiter, I've spent years finding jobs for people and finding people for jobs. People think they only have one option, using the active job market. This often leads to frustration because they get passed over or turned down for the jobs they know they are a perfect fit for. Or they make it to the interview but don't get the job, even though they feel it was a perfect fit. They can't find the job they truly wanted and end up settling for something far less. In short, the active market isn't working for many people and they don't know what to do next. Well, that's where my program comes in. I know why this happens. I know what goes on behind the scenes. Imagine for a minute if you're a recruiter and getting inundated with applications. Most of them are worthless. Many applications are not really clear and you can't see what you have been told to look for. Many of the applications just look the same and you can't tell the difference. How do you select who goes through and who doesn't? There are a whole host of reasons why you are playing a lottery relying on the active job market. Some recruiters do really well and have a great process, but even these don't really take the time to understand you properly. They may call you and go through a short interview with you, but many people I have dealt with didn't feel they had been understood or that the person making the qualifying call really understood the role. As I say, it's a bit of a lottery. There are good recruiters out there uh, who know what they're doing, and frankly, these guys will probably be coming to you more often than not because they know what they are looking for and they know how to find it. But there are fewer specialist recruiters today as the market is driving down fees and leveling the process down. The internal or PSL preferred supplier list recruiter is normally not so good when it comes to jobs that are off the beaten track. For them, you end up feeling like you are not being understood. They're okay at cookie cutter jobs, not so much at jobs that are off piste. It really shouldn't and doesn't have to be like this. So this is why where my program comes in. I've helped candidates previously overlooked and discarded secure the jobs they truly want and build the careers that they know they are passionate about. How? By using the very strategies I learned as a recruiter. Positioning candidates perfectly to fit what employers are actually looking for. Guiding candidates on how to present themselves compellingly during interviews. So let me share a story that highlights the power of effective positioning and presentation. I was working on an assignment for a network services company looking for technical sales specialists in Germany. This role had very specific requirements. Many of the candidates I spoke with had already been contacted by multiple recruiters and were told they weren't the right fit. I was often brought into jobs after it had been, the waters had been stirred up by the PSL to try and salvage something for the company. One candidate stood out to me. He had precisely the experience needed, having sold contact center solutions to the same types of businesses my client was targeting. On paper, he seemed perfect. However, he had already been contacted about the role and was told he wasn't a good fit. I took a slightly different approach. I carefully crafted a presentation that highlighted exact value that this candidate could bring to the role and to the company. I emphasized his relevant experience and how it matched the client's needs. As a result, he was offered an interview. He then got the job and received a 20% pay rise on what he was currently on. This candidate is still with the company and he's still thriving and making really good money. And I took away a significant placement fee. But there's more. You need to understand how jobs get filled and to know exactly what steps someone needs to take to advance their careers and secure the roles that they desire. Many jobs are filled without ever being advertised. If you know how these unseen jobs are found and filled, you can effectively find and secure the job you really want and build the career of your dreams. So the big myths debunked. The active job market is not just ineffective, it's the least effective way to get a good job. I want to emphasize that it's the least effective job search strategy. If you're relying solely on the active market, you're only getting leftovers. Just to emphasize that for a minute. In the sort of mid to senior level professional market, it's probably true to say that 80%, 70 to 80%, somewhere in that region, of jobs that are filled are not filled through advertising, which means that there's only somewhere around about 20 or 25% of jobs being filled that are getting filled through the advertised market. That means that there's a whole lot of competition for very few jobs because that's where most people are looking. I think it's probably about 80% of people are looking for a job on the active market, or of people actually looking are looking on the active market. So 80% of the market is looking for 20 or 30% of the jobs. So moving on to another common false belief about finding your perfect job. Let's debunk the myth that bypassing traditional recruitment won't work. Many people think that stepping outside traditional recruitment process is futile. They believe there's no effective way to access unadvertised opportunities or engage hiring managers directly. Well, this misconception leads to frustration and missed opportunities. Whereas the truth is, there are proven strategies to uncover more job opportunities than you ever see that never make it to the job boards. High quality candidates who know how to engage properly and ask the right questions can tap into this market successfully. These strategies aren't just theoretical, they're practical and have been used effectively by many. The evidence is clear. Success stories from professionals who have landed their dream jobs, as well as from established recruitment businesses that employ these methods, demonstrate that bypassing conventional routes is not only possible, but is much more effective. By understanding and leveraging these strategies, you can significantly enhance your career prospects. Let me share a personal story that illustrates this. On my very first day as a recruiter, I decided to put into practice the lessons I'd just been taught. I did my research and identified several companies I wanted to connect with. I found out the right people in those companies to contact. And my very first call was to the sales director of a medium-sized tech business in South England. I made my presentation to him. I marketed a candidate that I felt might grab his attention, and something I said struck exactly the right note. After some dialogue, we set up a meeting, and 2 days later, I took my first job order. How did I introduce myself? What did I present? How did I do the research? And what did it take to get the business? Well, that's all exactly what my program teaches. So let's move forward with the confidence that stepping outside traditional recruitment is a viable and effective path. I went around the process directly to the hiring manager and got a job order. By the way, that guy is still an SVP now for another tech industry in South England. So he's doing really well. And now together we'll explore how you can implement these strategies to take control of your career. Let's talk about something incredibly important, our internal dialogue. Your inner voice might be saying that this approach isn't for you, that you can't do it. You might be thinking, this sounds great, but I'm not confident enough, or I don't have what it takes. Well, these thoughts can be paralyzing, and they were exactly the thoughts I had when I started as a recruiter. However, mindset is absolutely crucial to our success. Our minds often play tricks on us, making us believe that we are not capable, but the reality is quite different. And here's an example of my own experience again. Several years ago, back in the 90s, I was at risk of redundancy from my job as a telecoms project engineer. I learned through the grapevine that a large US-based company, I think it was called WorldCom at the time, was hiring people for their European operation. I could have easily thought, well, I'm not confident enough to approach them, but I didn't let those doubts stop me. I took bold action. I contacted a friend who knew one of the hiring managers and he gave me direct contact details. Despite my nerves, I called them and I presented a short pitch and landed an interview. Yes, it was audacious. Although I eventually decided to stay with my current company, I was offered another job internally for more money and I didn't want the commute into London. This experience taught me a valuable lesson. Bold action leads to unexpected rewards. By reaching out directly, I bypassed traditional recruitment processes. And this could have saved that company potential recruitment fees. In fact, it did, as several people did move to WorldCom by taking this same bold action. In addition, I have known of occasions when people have made this sort of approach, and although there was nothing available with the company and the persons they contacted, they were referred on to other opportunities and landed exactly what they were looking for. So, if your internal dialogue is filled with doubt, remember this story. Bold action will lead you to success. This isn't just about avoiding recruitment fees, it's about building a confidence and seizing opportunity that others might have overlooked. Change starts from within, and your mindset is a powerful tool for your career journey. So, let's address the final misconception that may hold some of you back. The belief that HR won't allow you to bypass traditional recruitment processes and that decision makers must adhere strictly to their methods. This belief is simply not true. Throughout today's sessions, I've already shared stories that demonstrate how bypassing traditional recruitment can be highly effective. The key point to understand is that the hiring managers are often just as frustrated with traditional recruitment as candidates can be. The lengthy processes, the countless interviews, the uncertainty can be as much of a barrier to them as it is to job seekers. I remember a particular instance where I had a contact at a company specializing in telephony systems and contact centers, did a lot of that. The hiring manager was utterly frustrated after months of trying to fill 3 roles with no success. Despite numerous interviews, he couldn't find candidates with the right experience and quality. The recruitment process was failing him badly. So I asked if I could assist. I wasn't on their PSL and I had never worked with this particular contact before. And although he was skeptical, he agreed. He really didn't have anything to lose, did he? By bypassing the traditional recruitment process of the company, within 2 weeks, I shortlisted 5 candidates who all received interviews. This was a key specialist area for me, and I had numerous contacts to reach out to. 2 of these candidates were hired and went on to excel in their roles. This allowed the company to eventually find the people they needed, and whilst they had to pay my fees, which was more than they paid for their PSL, they could start moving forward with their plans, and the hiring manager had a chance of reaching his team quota. This example underscores that bypassing the system is indeed possible and often welcomed if it adds value and helps the company meet its needs. Both of these candidates' success stories are now part of my testimonials. Ultimately, overcoming this external barrier involves understanding and demonstrating the value that you bring. Our process can streamline hiring processes, save resource, and provide high quality candidates. That's you, making it a win-win for both you and the hiring manager and their company. Remember, the goal is to solve their problem and make their job easier, and any effective strategy that accomplishes this will be welcome. So, thanks for being part of this session. Before we transition to the final segment, I want to share some inspiring stories that embody the principles we've been discussing today. The journeys of many of my clients reflect a similar pattern. They started with uncertainty and self-doubt, unsure of how to navigate the job market to realign their careers, but it all began to change once they engaged with our CV workshop, or our strategies course, or through our coaching programs. Many clients, like Neville and Nadeem, discovered the power of a well-crafted standout resume. The transformation was immediate, enhancing confidence and a renewed approach to their job search. Then came the realization of the hidden job market. Through our dedicated course, clients like Nesta unearthed opportunities they never knew existed. They implemented techniques that elevated their networking skills and interview performance, resulting in more job offers and better roles. This strategic approach to uncovering hidden jobs has been a game changer. The changes didn't stop there. With targeted guidance and ongoing support, Andrew, along with many others, identified their true passion and crafted strategic plans that led them to fulfilling and rewarding careers. They didn't just land jobs, they secured positions that matched their career aspirations. Confidence soared, interviews multiplied, leading to enhanced careers, not just any job, but those aligned with their goals. These transformations are more than just individual wins, they are a testament to the effectiveness of the strategies that we've been discussing today. I want you to know that these outcomes are not unique to Neville, Nadeem, Nesta, or Andrew. They are proof that with the right tools and the strategies, significant career transformation are within reach of everyone here. Now, let me ask you a question. How many of you are excited by what we've just covered? How many are feeling a little overwhelmed, perhaps, because of the amount? It's a bit like trying to take a drink from a fire hydrant, but I want to get as much across as possible. So do you mind if I take a few minutes to put forward a special offer I have created for you today to get control of your career? By the way, there's a question here. Will I get a copy of the presentation? The answer to that is yes. You'll get a full recording of the presentation, and I will send a transcript after this webinar. So let me move on to this offer. I want to introduce you to a brand new offer. Our Career Accelerator program, which is designed to give you everything you need to take control and land your perfect job. Starting with our Hidden Jobs Strategies for Success course. You already know why the hidden jobs market is a game changer. It's where you'll find the unadvertised opportunities that most people never access. This market is over 70% of the jobs that get filled. Yes, that's right. That means that less than 30% of jobs get filled on the active market. And by the way, that's where most of your competition is, chasing less than 30% of the jobs. My course, The Hidden Job Strategies for Success, which is the centerpiece of this offer, gives you the tools and strategies to not only identify these opportunities, but also connect directly with the decision makers and bypass the frustration of the traditional recruitment process. If you add the CV transformation to this, to make the most of those opportunities, your CV needs to be exceptional. That's why we've included the Ultimate CV video workshop. This is a 1-hour presentation of my Ultimate CV writing guide and walks you through everything you need to stand head and shoulders above your competition. This will ensure your CV isn't just another document, it's a standout tool that grabs attention and opens doors to interviews with decision makers. Then we are adding mindset training to the program. Without a clear sense of direction, it's easy for your career to drift. The mindset and vision training helps you uncover your why, align your goals, and stay motivated. It builds the clarity and resilience you need to drive your career forward with purpose. Most goals are never reached because there is no real focus. There's no real motivation. We show you how to get that focus and the direction and the motivation you need to reach your true potential. From our experience, we know that many people struggle with promoting themselves effectively, especially when it comes to showcasing their achievements, their value. or staying organised in their job search. So, to address this, we've included two exclusive tools. The STAR Development Questionnaire, STAR Situation Task Accomplishment Results. It's how you tell the stories of your achievements. This makes it easy to craft compelling achievement-based CVs entries and prepare for interviews with confidence. We found that people really struggle to effectively convey their value in what they have achieved. So we have crafted a set of questions to help you stimulate the ideas and thoughts needed to do this. The excuse me. Um, Then there is my applicant tracking system. Yes, my answer to that's application tracking system. That's my answer to the ATS for you. So this is your tool. And it's not just a spreadsheet, it's a complete system to track your outreach, build consistency, and stay focused on landing the job that you want. So now let me talk about the power of coaching. While the tools are and strategies are powerful, implementation is key. That's why we've included 4 live coaching sessions to guide you every step of the way. This is the real value add of this program. These sessions will help you to perfect your CV during a Q&A session with live feedback. Here we will take a few of your CVs and provide feedback on key parts to show what's needed. But this is an open discussion and I'll answer any of your questions along the way. The objective is you know what needs to change in your CV and why. Together with the course presentation, we want you to have everything you need for a compelling CV. The next session is all about your motivation, your why. We help you to refine excuse me, it's got a mind of its own at the moment. We help you to refine your approach and ensure you're consistently moving closer to your goals. But you need to know what that goal is. Excuse me a minute. But you need to know what the goal is. What do you want to achieve in the next year, and critically, why you want to achieve it? We will show you how to get the laser focus on getting your career to exactly where you want. Next, we turn to what this is all about, creating a detailed plan that gets you that gets you to the job you really want, working for a great company and for a salary you know you deserve. The next 2 sessions will help you to build a personalized action plan for uncovering hidden job opportunities using the ATS. This is actually the really key part of everything, getting the detailed job search action plan, identifying the companies you really want to work with, the people. Excuse me about this. I don't know what's going on with this. It's deciding that it's going to do its own thing. So this is a really key part of everything, a detailed job search action plan, identifying the companies you really want to work with, the people you need to be in contact with in those companies, how to grab their attention so they want to meet with you and see how you can work together. Do this right and you get access to more jobs than you ever see. Oh, and you'll also get a free access to my private group. This is still building, but it is where you can share your thoughts and ideas with others, other like-minded professionals. The aim is this group will be premium. When it is ready for that, you'll get 6 months free access to that premium group. Um, So Richard, I don't know. Not my side. Can you, if the has anybody else got issues with the presentation screen at the moment? Richard's saying it might have frozen.
No problems here.
Okay. Now let's go on. So tying this all together, let's talk about what all this means for you. Um, if you are following if you follow the implementation plan, this is what you can expect. Within 6 weeks, you'll have secured 3 to 4 interviews for roles you really want, and not just the roles left behind that everyone else is chasing. Within 2 to 3 months, you'll likely receive at least one solid job offer, if not more. This can vary due to the process. I mean, I've seen 6 or more interviews to finally get to a job offer. So it's a little bit, the timing of this is a little bit beyond our control. But you can usually get something within 6 weeks. So to recap, so far we've looked at everything, including in the Career Accelerator program, the hidden job strategies for success, the ultimate CV video workshop, the mindset and vision training, plus the live group coaching sessions tailored to help you implement the strategies. If you were to put all this together separately, the total value would be £1,084. This is not coming as a surprise to you, since my presentation is doing its own thing. The courses alone, so that's just the 3 courses alone, are valued at 720. And the live sessions, if you were to individually price these, are much more than this. This is the group price rating, is 320. But today, your investment would be just £399. Now, I know that £399 is still an investment, but that's exactly what it is, an investment in your future. If you commit to this program and follow it through, the return on the investment will be huge. You'll land a job weeks sooner than you might otherwise expect. Not only that, but it will be for a job you really want, likely at a higher salary. Think about it. What's the cost of not doing this? How many weeks are you willing to wait for the ideal role or the salary increase you deserve? Some of you might be thinking, what if I pay all this and then apply and get a job right away? Well, yeah, that can happen, but imagine if it doesn't happen. What if you miss the opportunities to make your career move truly meaningful? Or maybe you're thinking it's Christmas and things are winding down. Well, let me tell you something. This can be the best time to get access to decision makers. While others are waiting until the new year, you're already ahead of the game, making connections and securing interviews. The sooner you start, the sooner you'll have the CV that gets attention and lands interviews. Build connections with decision makers in your target companies. Start getting meetings, interviews, and job offers that are truly meaningful. So don't wait for the new year to take action. Start now, and your future self will be thanking you for this. And finally, and this I do get to present. No, I don't. There it is. And finally, there is the guarantee. I want to put all your minds at risk. If you buy this today, we'll give you 7 days to look at it, to think about it, and to see if it's right for you. And if you don't think so, then we give you your money back. It's as simple as that. We think that this is compelling. We think that this will get you the job that you really want. And we want you to get control of your career. So the idea is that you're not putting anything at risk here, that you're taking control of your own career, that you are going to be able to move forward with confidence. So this offer is only available until Monday at midnight. After that, the price returns to full and this opportunity will be gone. Sign up today for just £399. Click the link below. Actually, I'll be sending the link to you in an email later, or you can copy it. I'll post it in the chat in a moment. The sooner you commit, the sooner you'll get results. So let's get started. And within 4 months, you'll either be starting a new role or finalizing the process. There's still a few hurdles to get past to get what you really want, but the plan will see you through to the end. This isn't about leaving your career to chance. It's about taking control and creating the results that you deserve. You can get there quicker. You can get there quicker than this, of course, if you get lucky. But what I have outlined here is typical. I think the quickest I've ever seen a candidate was presented on Tuesday, interviewed on Friday, and started their job on a Monday. But hey, that's an exception. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you found the session interesting and packed with insights that will help you take the next step in your career. If you have any questions, I'm here to answer them now. Don't hesitate to reach out. I want to make sure you feel confident about moving forward.
Yeah, hi
Um,
James. So thanks, James, so thanks for that. I have asked the questions in the chat. So basically, how long will it take to complete the program, and is it suitable for graduates?
um, Good questions. So how long will it take? That's up to you. We what my plan is that you get as soon as you sign up for it, you'll get access to the full package. We will put together the four presentations that I'm going to do, probably starting next week. Um, I'd need to program those in, and we need to get participant approval for when those can take place. But my aim is to get those done over the next 2 weeks so that you've had everything that you need. There's ongoing support. You can email me at any time, and then you work through it all. What the idea is that it's then in your control. You've got everything you need. You work through it at your own pace. Is it
Uh,
suitable for graduates? Um, I think with graduates, there are different ways. So part of what this approach is about bringing the value you've already delivered in a working environment. This is a difficulty for graduates is that the value that they have is coming from from the courses that they've taken, but also from their success in that. So you can present yourself in the same way, but it's slightly different to what the way it's presented in the package that I've got here, if you see what I
uh,
mean.
okay. And you said that you had to record these modules, correct? So then I'm assuming that they are not available. They're not available now, or is that correct?
So, say that again. I'm not quite sure I understood your question.
Did you say that you are going to record these modules? So then the
Right.
mindset mod.
So, everything everything in the training is already recorded. Um, but what I'm going to do is we are going to go into four live sessions, which I'm also going to record, and that they will also become part of the course. If you see what I mean, they're not part of the courses now. The courses are standalone as they are, but the addition for this particular offer is that we would do these four training programs. Does that make sense?
It does. So what you're talking about is that these are pre-recorded, so the modules in the package today, but you're going to have an additional four sessions which will support these modules
That's
in the
correct. That is
okay.
correct, Rishi. Yep.
Okay. And how do
Sorry,
you
that's
access
Paul, not Rishi. Apologies.
so then how do you access these modules? Is it
Right. Okay. If you sign up today, you will immediately get access to them. You'll be sent an email that will allow you to access my client portal. When you go in the client portal, you'll get access to it. If you sign up so what I will do is probably on Tuesday is I will record an orientation video that will show you through the whole package. I haven't recorded that yet. I'll actually do it Monday, so it'll be available Tuesday, as soon as the program opens.
okay, all right then. I do have a few further questions which I'll take offline with you. But thank you. I mean, how I mean, if we have any further questions, I mean, how can I is it reach out to you, James?
Right. Okay. When do you want to do that? Do you want to do that ask those questions today, or would Monday be suitable?
No, I mean today's fine. Today's fine.
Right.
If you
Okay. What I
have
would
time.
do then, hang around after this, and we'll have a chat online.
Unfortunately, I have a call between 1 and 2. So I mean, it depends really. I mean, if there's no other questions, then like we could do it before 1 o'clock. If not, then we could do it.
Yeah, it's just it's just I will have time this afternoon, but I've got to actually do so get this video uploaded and sent out to you all as well. That's the
Oh
video of
no,
this presentation.
I understand
I'll
completely.
tell you what. I'll tell you what. Send you should have access to me by email. Send me an email. Give me your phone number, and I'll give you a call this afternoon.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Or
Okay?
what I'll do is I'll just message you directly here and then just give you my details directly.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do it.
Yeah. So then call me this afternoon, um, after 2 o'clock, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, it will be after 2 o'clock. That'll be absolutely fine. No problem at all.
That's unless if we can schedule it now. If no one is on the call or has any other questions. I
Yep,
mean,
yep.
there's only two other people on the call and they're both on mute.
Yeah, we've there's been a few people dropped out. I just want to is Rishi still here?
No, he's dropped off.
No, he has dropped off. You're right. That's a shame because he's wrong. I fully agree with you and truly find it very valuable, but reality remains that we have to operate in the active market. No, you don't. As I'm not convinced that there are many hidden jobs. I'm
Can you
sorry, I've
can
only
you
worked it 20 years, I know.
yeah,
I have tried open target applications, etc., as well, and find my own experience. Most of those are not even considered. That's because you're going about it the wrong way. I also believe that talent pipeline is a nice to have and not a real tool. My HR colleagues, sorry, but still a bit skeptical. Nothing wrong with skepticism, but he's wrong. So.
I
Anyway,
mean,
so
how do you? I mean, I think he's asked some good questions. So then,
go for it. Yeah,
I mean, rather than you actually kind of just because I'm sure he's going to watch this on replay or something, and maybe you could just drop him a note just to say
I
that I'm
will
on.
drop. I will actually drop him a note. I will
But but
actually be
but
dropping him a note.
but like in terms of him, in terms of you just saying no, that's incorrect. So then, could you just give like a little bit more
Okay,
um
let
sub
me tell you why.
evidence?
Let me
Evidence.
tell you. So a lot of what I was trying to say in the presentation is that I've actually done it and I actually know it works. What I haven't done is I haven't gone through. I've gone through a few examples. What I haven't done is gone through the countless examples that of my experience of doing this, and of working with people who do it. So it's not just my experience, it's what other people have achieved using the process. So I know it works. Let me let me put it this way. If you are a hiring manager and somebody comes to you with a proposal that actually shows them that you are the answer to their particular hiring needs, you're not going to turn your back on that person, are you? You're going to want to, they're going to be at least in the interview process, if nothing more. The idea, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to take the value, your ability to solve problems into the market and use those, your value to open doors. That works. It works in any form of sales. It's exactly what we do in all forms of sales is we take the value, we talk about what the benefits are, what people will get from working with us. That's our approach, and it opens doors. The reason why Rishi here is mistaken, so he the few points. Let me just go back to them now. I'm not convinced that there are many hidden job opportunities. Well, there simply are. I can't. I can. He can say there aren't, and I can say there are as many times as you like. That there are hidden job opportunities because they are filled through referrals, through people making direct approaches like this, through headhunters being signed up to actually go and find people to fill these roles. They are filled through people's own networks, etc., etc. It's not that they've got hidden jobs that there's a database of hidden jobs. It's that jobs aren't filled through the active market. They are filled in other ways. And most jobs that are filled in other ways. It just happens to be true. That's why the hidden job market is very real. What I'm trying to show here is that you can get access to that by getting into your network, by getting through to people, by offering them value, by showing them how you and they can work together, and by basically getting meetings that you can go to these people and then state your case. So it's sort of like a pre-interview interview that you're trying to do. You're trying to put forward. So you're basically saying to them, if let's have a look to see where there is a mutually beneficial opportunity for you and me to work together. And by doing that, you open doors. This process works. You will get 2 or 3 meetings a week if you do this right. You will get out of that probably 1 or 2 or 3 interviews over 2 to 3 weeks. That's
Okay,
a fact.
okay, okay. All right, then. I mean, I'm going to challenge you on this,
Good.
James, because as you know, the state of the current job market is not very good to say the least, and there are a lot of applications via job sites where recruitment agencies are inundated with at least 100 plus applications.
This is true.
But like what you're saying to me or like to the panel here is that that approach is not correct, and that like you should have a direct approach. But your approach is for permanent hire, correct? So like it's not for the interim market.
No, my approach is for any market. In fact, the one it works for the best is for consultancy market, but it works for permanent, it works for contract, it works for consultancy.
Okay, fine. So in terms of consultancy and a contract or interim, so then I find consultancy and interim work, mm, the definition to be the same. So then,
It is,
so
you're correct.
so then let's say for example, so if I want to kind of so I work within finance. So then what would you advise? So hypothetically, so what would you advise for me that to get a contract within financial services, let's say banking?
Okay. Um, For me to answer that effectively right now is difficult because I don't know and I don't have enough detail or experience. But here's the general principle is what have you done that has made a difference? How have you impacted businesses that you've worked with? What what problems do you solve? What can you do for these organizations that is going to get them to be interested to know more about you? That's the start. That's where you start. This is where you start. This is how you build your CV in the first place. Is you build it by talking value through your CV, not
That's
by
the value
talking about
proposition.
skills, by talking what you've done with those skills.
Okay. Okay, James. Okay.
Does
Okay,
that
I
make sense?
understand.
Does
It
that
it,
help? Does that
it
help?
does. It does. It does. And listen, apologies for putting you on the
Oh,
spot.
by all means, I like to be put on the spot.
Okay. Okay. No more questions from me, and we'll catch up at some point this afternoon. Thank
So
you.
you
Thank
so you still want me to give you a call? If you have you dropped your details in here?
Yes, I have. So like they're on
That's it there, is it, Paul?
yeah, correct. And you did say that you was going to share the link or something, or are you going to email it out or
Right, you're correct. Actually, I will do this. No, I'm gonna have to email it out because I didn't prepare the document beforehand. So I will send you the link this afternoon.
okay, fine. And the only reason I'm saying that is potentially I may know of more people who would be interested in your program.
Okay. What I suggest, and thank you for that first of all. What I suggest is if you want to send them the link to the video, you'll have access to that. By all means, send them the link to the video or the presentation. So you'll get both. They will be sent to you in an email this afternoon for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Probably about 5 minutes. Well, it's on a timer actually. What I have to do is I have to go and get my lunch in a minute, and then I come back when the video for this is has
Sure.
rendered, and then probably just cut a little bit out of it here and there, and I'll upload it, and then I'll give you a call.
Sure, sure. And just one final question. And this question again is putting you on the spot, but then I think it's not in a way as well, because I think that you being a professional, you should know, you should at least give an indication of this. What is your forecast for 2025, Q1 and Q2?
It's like, yeah, I like that question. I'll tell you why I like that question because I've heard numerous different answers to it. Here's my take on it. We have built up about 18 months to 2 years worth of pent up energy in the job market, by which I mean that organizations have been holding back from recruiting. They haven't been they haven't been bringing on the people that they know they need. They've only taken on essential people. There has been recruitment. There's been more than you're aware of because I'm speaking to people all the time, and I know people are getting jobs. But it's really down on what you'd normally expect. So there's a lot of pent up energy. Now the excuses have gone. There's, we've the general election in this country is over. The election in America is over, and like the results or lump the results, they're what we're getting. So companies now know what they have to work with. Um, there are very few excuses now as to why companies shouldn't move forward with their plans. And they have to make those plans. They have to create some energy in their businesses. So I am expecting that in the next 3 months that we will see a significant upturn in recruitment of certain roles, mainly sales, front end roles, sales, pre-sales roles in that sort of area. I think back office will still be slow, but it will be, once success starts happening in these organizations, so once they get their sales that they're hoping to get, then the rest of the recruitment will pick up. So my
Okay.
my my forecast is that we see sales front end roles taking off now, and then depending upon the level of success the companies have, we see the back office stuff following on later on in the year, maybe February, March, April sort of time.
Okay. Okay. All right then. I mean, I've got 1 o'clock I'll go to, but we'll catch up later in the afternoon. And James, thanks for answering all my questions, and I thoroughly enjoyed the presentation.
Good, good. I'm glad about that. It's often difficult when you sat this side and you're going on. Are people actually taking this? Are they hearing it? Are they? Yeah.
I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. And lastly, and you have done a very good job in terms of presentation. Very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, all right, then we'll speak later. Thank you. Bye.
Cheers, then.
Bye.